So I wasn't going to talk about this. I was debating if I was, but so I guess on the podcast or the Young Money Radio, whatever you want to call it, Wayne and Nicki talked about doing a collab album. Honestly, no. I don't mind it. I'm not tripping off of it. Some people feel that, it's too late for that shit. But I think we all feel like we're owed a Drake and Lil Wayne album. You know what I mean? That's the only reason we got Watch the Throne, because Drake talked about doing a collab album with Wayne, and we know how Kanye and Jay-Z felt about that, you know what I mean? And they jumped on it and basically created Watch the Throne. But we never got that Drake and Lil Wayne album. So for Nicki and Wayne to do an album, it make me think like, well, what's good with Drake? Like, cause he has been very distant from the entire camp. You know what I mean? I understand people are busy. Drake's a bigger artist. Oh, I won't say that. I'll say he's a little bit more relevant than Wayne is. So maybe he's busy to the point to where he doesn't really have time to like be in the studio with Wayne. Cause them two, when they get on record, it's something special. It's magical. And you can't just email verses back and forth. You know what I mean? You got to sit there and plan, have ideas, from the title, of the album, the content, the songs, how many songs, and you know what I mean? Just the variation of things for them to do an album. Because at 2020, if they decide to do one, what would a Drake and Lil Wayne album sound like? Is y'all just going to go get beats and go crazy on them bar fest? You know what I mean? We know how Wayne get down with the bars, and we know Drake can have them punchlines and the metaphors to where it's funny and then he insulting you at the same time. Or is it more of a club type, stadium type project where you're gonna do the album and it can be performed around the world? You know how they do the tour? Is that be a setup for a Drake versus Lil Wayne Part 2 tour or something like that? Or introspective. They both have deep introspective sides to them. You know what I mean? So what would a Drake and Lil Wayne album sound like? A Nicki Minaj and Lil Wayne album, it's like we understand the concept behind that. You know what I mean? Different topics between those two going back and forth. Her being, I guess, the Marilyn Monroe and he being the president. They can go with that gimmick or that concept. But I just feel like, honestly, I don't see it. And I tried to put my head together, and I've been a fan of them doing records together since Big Spender, you know what I mean? Since Higher Than a Kite, you know what I mean? Since Sunshine, Knockout, High School, even her verses on Roger That, See Now. So I'm not saying that they don't work great together. If you know any of those songs, you know what I mean? But I'm just saying, as far as 2020, I don't really see what the point of it would be. Because, even when Jay-Z and Beyonce did their album, we thought about the album 10 years prior to them even doing it. But when it came out, it was just like, some people loved it, some people didn't. But it didn't hit the way it was supposed to hit. You know what I'm saying? But to think about a Drake and Lil Wayne and Nicki album, that sounds a little bit, more proper. The three-headed monster. That's definitely a concept there with that. You know what I mean? But I don't know why they haven't done that. The Young Money team itself ain't really standing the way it once was, with Tyga and, a notable few other people, Lil Chucky, the Young Carter himself. Y'all know who that is. But yeah, bro, I don't really see it. I thought we was getting a Nicki Minaj album, and I thought we was supposed to get another Lil Wayne album. That's from what I was hearing. We got Funeral, that was cool, did a deluxe version, but Wayne did say he still got some work coming. And I thought we was getting a dedication mixtape. So, they be planning so much shit, but at the end of the day, damn, you gotta put one foot in front of the other and put out this before you do this. Because it'll be very disappointing if these people drop this project and it don't do no numbers. Because you think Nicki Minaj, Lil Wayne, that's instantly 250,000 in a week. Visuals should be doing tens of millions of views. It shouldn't just come out and do 60K and then that's that. That doesn't look good. Even for the times we in, because you could take both fan bases, between Wayne fan base and Nicki fan base. It's no way that type of project should flop, because no matter what concept they come with, we all admire their individual projects for what they worth and what they are. You know what I mean? Nicki Minaj, you could say that her bars are not up to par as they once was when, you know, she was rapping on songs with Jay-Z and Kanye and got the best verse. And you could also say that Wayne has not fallen off, but definitely not really hidden the way he once was, even on his own solo shit. You know what I mean? I mean, some of his features, if you look at the last 5 to 6 years, up and down, but it's not like when he was jumping on everybody's song and was killing them shits. You know what I mean? So, as for me, I'm optimistic on the whole situation, you know, because I'm like, Queen album wasn't that dope. It was cool for what it was, you know what I mean? I don't really know what's going on with Nicki and her personal life. That doesn't mean shit to me, or I don't care. But when it comes to the music, it's just like the cockiness of it and her saying she's a queen and bitches gotta bow down, whatever, you know, yada, yada, yada. But it's like the music gotta be hidden, and it's not really hidden the way it once was. And I think that's the problem. So at the end of the day, I mean, I think she gotta work out her issues. I'm sorry about that. That's about to make the video so fucked up. I tried to listen to a playlist of instrumentals, and damn, that's Sprint advertisement gonna be in the video. So I hope it don't get, you know, cut out, because that show ain't editing and shit. But anyway, I just feel like Nicki need to get back to really putting her pen to her pad and really saying some shit that's new. We don't really want to hear the same shit about your pussy, your body, your head. We know you got money. Like, you know what I mean? You have to have some type of inspirational music within you. Just like when you did the Dear Nicki record. The record, you know, basically you talking to yourself about certain things, the situations you've been in. You know what I mean? Even the Marilyn Monroe record from her second album. You know, even Last Chance from the first album. So it's just like, those are songs that's more or less not really popular, like some Starships bullshit, and more or less the ones that at least catch my attention to where she actually saying something. Wayne has those type of records too. I don't have to know them or say them. You know what they are. So when people be like, Wayne only rap about bullshit, if you're really a fan of him, you couldn't say that. You couldn't fix your lips and say some stupid shit like that, because Wayne, when he want to go deep, he can go deep. That sounded crazy, so I'm going to pause that. But introspective wise, if Wayne want to do that, you know what I mean? Even back when you go to the Georgia Bush record, you know what I mean? God Bless America. There's certain records to where Wayne is just Jesus. The record that I love by him so much is where the sample is saying, don't want to see you cry, or see me cry, like that shit. Crazy. Damn. You know what I mean? So, hey, if they really about this shit and they really gonna do it, you know they're gonna do it. But I prefer them to do it in silence and don't say anything and just drop the album. You know, at this point, you don't really need promotion. I mean, Nicki put out a tweet and about a bar from her song, and we thought it was some shit with Kanye West. Well, that's what people was perceiving it to be, and it was own boy song. You know what I mean? And it's like, damn, she caused all this uproar from a tweet. So imagine if they both doing bits and pieces from a song, from a verse off their collab album, and Nicki's tweeting, then Wayne's tweeting, then Nicki is going back and forth, and you put it together and you realize like, oh shit, this is a verse from a back and forth song that they doing. You don't really got to do much for the promotion, and then you drop the album, and then when you hear it, it's like, oh, that was creative as fuck. You don't really see people doing that. Sometimes you do, you know, here and there, some certain artists, when they know they got something coming, they'll say something, and then the other artists will say something, and then people catch on a little late, like, oh shit, what's coming? What's about to happen? You know what I mean? So that's just what I really wanted to say about the album. If it come, it come, you know what I mean? But do I think it'll be a big deal? No. You know what I mean? Because look at how much music is dropped and people forget about it. There's a lot of albums that done came out between the summer of last year and we in the summer of this year, and people don't really talk about them anymore. You feel me? And that's the case where music is just, it comes and goes now for some reason. So much other things going on in the world that you try to escape in music, but at the same time, once the music is done, it's done. You know what I mean? How many albums or EPs do we actually have on repeat or go back to? You feel me? So that's just my thoughts. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about the news when you heard that they supposed to drop an album together. Because I wasn't gonna say shit about it at first, but then it just kept, being on top of my head. Like, man, what the fuck? I'm hoping that she don't do a little EP with Boy, because it seemed like that they about to do some, their relationship is just too. It don't seem too fraudulent. It seemed kind of like she admired him for something and he respect her for something. I don't know about all that wig shit. That shit is still crazy. Like how you and your bitch sharing wigs or whatever. But if Nicki, don't be surprised if Nicki and Dude did an EP together, maybe about 7 songs, because you could just see them doing that with the visuals, the way they shoot the videos and shit like that, make it a complete package. I wouldn't be surprised if we seen something like that later down the line. You know what I mean? But other than that, would y'all want to hear a project from Nicki and Wayne, or would you rather it be Drake and Wayne, or all 3 of them together, the 3-headed monster? Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. And stop asking me for a request. Like I already stated that before. I think it's in the description on my channel. When you want me to listen to projects that I don't really want to listen to or fuck with, hit the donate, man. It's simple as that. Donate to the Cash App. I get right on that review. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. So that's just the answer to the question. But y'all be safe out there. Wash your hands. And watch out for these crooked ass police. 1.